Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have Ben on Gyruda Bomberman. Very fearsome deck versus Cephalid Breakfast, which I believe at this point it's probably indisputable. This is S tier. Perhaps just the best deck in the format. Perhaps the best deck there's ever been. It is playing Nomad and Core on the first turn. A pair of Lion's Eye Diamonds for Ben. He is capable of casting Gyruda if he wants. Here, brainstorming. No second land hitting the land. Fortunately, it is a Tundra, so this Cabal Therapy not going to be able to be cast. Lion's Eye Diamond, so powerful in this deck. Cathar Commando hopping in. That would have stopped any of the Shuko lines, but Nomad luckily doesn't care about your ability to blow up artifacts and enchantments. So many Lion's Eyes. Actually grabbing Lion's Eye Diamond, changing his mind, grabbing a Lodestone Bauble. Here comes the Salvagers. And now it is infinite mana. Gyruda is going to be able to show up, add him to hand, cast him. Everybody's going to mill 4, but he's already got the win on board with this Lodestone Bauble. Good audible there. Lion's Eye Diamond really wouldn't have helped. You already have infinite mana. Don't really need more, but Lodestone Bauble is literally the kill with that Salvagers, making target player shuffle up to 4 basics, and you can just choose 0, so there's not going to be any lands left in the library. Going to be a whole lot of draw triggers during the upkeep. Just end the game. And taking that one down. Exactly how you draw it up. That Cabal Therapy would have been very, very good, as Auriok Salvage is the only card that's going to win from there. Has to be what you're going to name. Those always feel good. And of course, if they don't have it, then you generally feel pretty good as well, because you're going to win anyways. Of course, the top of the deck can bail people out. That's probably the worst feel bads, when you Cabal Therapy, naming the only card that can kill you. And then, if they have it or not, either way, their hand no longer, the end of that turn, is lethal, and the top of the deck can just bail them out. But that's why we play. That type of variance, super important. A feature, not a bug, of Magic. Play perfectly and still lose. Absolutely. Players' opportunity to beat people. Memories. Sometimes get lucky and win big prizes as well. Compare that to a game like chess, which, don't get me wrong, I love. Chess is a phenomenal game. I do play when I have time. Chess, and mostly Lee Chess. I actually like interface more than chess.com. At any rate, I do enjoy playing blitz games when I have some time. Not very much time to play, but when I do, it's quite enjoyable. But at the end of the day, I mean, somebody that's got a 2,000 rating is going to beat me 10 out of 10 times. Possibility of drawing a first turn kill with the backup or something, and there's going to be one way that goes. Our decisions are incredibly important in Magic, but it's not everything. Still variance. Enya Smith shows up. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms gave us this interesting addition to the deck. Hand tripping ish, gigs. So many artifacts that you can find. Of course, can become a reasonable threat as well. So threats in Legacy We're getting pretty beefy in between construct tokens and Murktides. I mean, getting up to be like a 4/4 or a 5/5 on your 2-drop really isn't as impressive as it would have been some years ago. Very easy for the Smith to be outclassed on the battlefield, but if unopposed, it could certainly close out a game. For example, if people are locked out underneath Chalice. Constructs starting to show up thanks to this Urza's Saga. The Stoneforge Mystic fetched out Shuko. And actually, a 2-mana blue spell here, but it's not Cephalid. It's going to be Paradigm Shift. 3 cards left in the library. Chalice at 2 would be good here. Thassa's Oracle's got to be in hand. Making another construct, that is not going to do. Right now, going to need either removal for the Thassa's Oracle, which has to be incoming. We know the 3 cards in the library. It's just a couple of fetch lands and a ponder. Oracle has to be in hand. Graveyard Hate not relevant. Unless it's shuffling a card back in. I suppose if he was on green, Endurance would be hilarious. Shuffling back in Paradigm Shift, making it 3 cards in the library. Oh, bunch of damage incoming. Go ahead and take that. And we'll see if Ben has any answers in hand. Another Ingenious Smith. I don't believe there's much that he could find off of that would bail him out of this situation. Here's the Thassa's Oracle. Cards left in the library. Time for a Snuff Out or something. I can't even really think of anything that Solitude. There we go. Could have had Solitude. That would have been a heck of a response. But no, we are on to the third one. All right, looks like a turn 2 kill if second land is drawn. However, Spatial Contortion, that's a card you don't see very much of. 1 and a colorless. Give a creature +3, -3. Walking Ballista. Gets hit with a Prismatic Ending. Ballista actually quite strong versus this deck, being able to ping the combo pieces off the board. Definitely to be feared. Auriok Salvagers can recur this Ballista, so this could be a tough situation. Shuko and pass. Now, just 2... Passing the turn into a Shuko on board, it's probably got to be Spatial Contortion. Only thing that'll function here. Oh no, there's the Cephalid. Looks like that's going to do it. Just turn 2, just like you draw it up. Oh no, we took a turn off to Prismatic Ending. At this point, just going to keep digging, finding the Narcomoebas, and eventually Dread Return Thassa's Oracle with no cards left in the library. There's no Cabal Therapies left in the deck, post-board in this particular matchup. The consideration. Now, I believe it's also a Thassa's Oracle in hand, so even if there is a Spatial Contortion, this isn't going to be the end of the world. Oh, and Blast Zone. Yeah, so Blast Zone could have taken out the Shuko if played instead of that Urza's Saga. Saga wanting to get ticking up. Get a clock going. That's going to do it. Cephalid Breakfast takes it down in 3 versus Gyruda Bomberman.